Welcome to State of PG. I am Gladys.
And I am PJ.
Let's get into it. We are so glad to be joining you back here after 2 weeks. I think it's been a little over 2 weeks or right at 2 weeks or whatever it was. It has been a crazy 2 weeks. And guess what we're going to talk about today? Yes, just that. And so I'm very much looking forward to this. Is not going to be a therapy session. Don't worry. You are not like our unpaid therapist. However, if you are listening along,
don't send us an invoice. Later.
Do not invoice us for this. But if you are listening along and you like laughing, and you, I don't know, like us, buckle up because we have a lot of things to talk about. And just, I'm really excited to just see as we talk about it, babe, how God has covered us, how he has moved in the last 2 weeks of our lives and continues to do so today. Worth mentioning, I'm not even going to hold this till the end. Today is our 17th meet-iversary, first date-iversary. What do we call it?
I call it first. I had a moment where I said meet-iversary, and then I was like, that just sounds...
wait, we didn't meet-iversary.
It just sounded weird. But no, our first date was on this
so we had our first date 17 years ago on this day. And it was a Monday.
It was a Monday. And it was a preseason game.
Yeah, we went to watch a Ravens game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was...
And ate wings. I don't know. We were at Green Turtle or something.
We were at Green Turtle. We ate wings.
Yep. We watched football and we fell in love.
Yes, we did. And I did not call my mom on our first date.
Yes, you did. Oh my gosh. How did I forget that? Oh, I intentionally blocked that out. I intentionally forgot because I wanted to be like, no, it was a great first date. Did he call his mom? Yes. Was I standing there? Also, yes. It was like, okay, but I was so smitten with your beautiful face.
And
I gave you a pass on that. I let it slide.
I appreciate that, Pat. Knowing what I know now, I was not.
You're like, man, that's real smooth, man.
Yeah. Way to go.
I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to call my mom. What? Gosh.
Yeah, that was not on the cool chart, but
God favored you because look where we are now.
Look at where we are now. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yes, today is the date of our first date, and so we are celebrating that by recording. We're podcasting. So, but we also are like, let's talk about the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And why it has been 2 weeks before we've been able to sit down and talk about things and record episode 3. So yes, this is episode 3. We are in the throes of life. I don't even know how else to put it. Like, I feel like if you asked me any day of the week, I would be able to say that, girl, life is lifing. I know some of you have probably heard that, but it really is, but not in a way that's like stressful or, overwhelming. Like, it's just enough. Right? It's just enough. And we're going to talk about all the things that have been going on with us and with the kids and stuff. But I was just thinking, as I said, like, oh, it's just enough. Like how well you and I have handled everything that has been put in front of us the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it had me thinking about all the things that we've ever been through and how every single one of those things have prepared us for these moments. Like every one of them have built us. We are like, you know what I mean? Like
it's that part of the scripture and it talks about like you go from, enduring and perseverance.
Yeah.
And I can find it in there, but it's that. It's this building up of resilience, of faith, of determination and godly grit to face where we're at today versus where we were 17 years ago.
Yeah.
Back then we would have not had the tools, the resources.
We just did it.
We just didn't know. We didn't know. We weren't prepared. We hadn't been through anything of that magnitude to be where we're at now. But those were the building blocks to where we're at today. And I love it to see that when those storms come, because they do come and they do go and then they come again, we were able to go into those seasons, those cycles well.
Right.
That's the important part. That one, God's grace is sufficient.
Amen. Come on.
It's more than enough.
Yes.
I mean, when you sent me that devotional and I was thinking about it, about God's grace being enough and thinking about, man, where we have been, where I personally have been,
right,
where I did not deserve all the grace, any of the grace that he's ever given me because of how I was living and where I was at in my life. And I'm like, man, that's such an amazing gift that I get to receive, that we get to experience. And now that we're here, we get to walk with our children and other people that we love to witness that and experience that as well. So I'm just excited about those things.
Yeah. And naturally, we're not saying that like as we've gone through all of these hard things, and man, have we been through some hard things over the last 17 years, that we were grateful in those moments. No, nobody's grateful when they're like you're supposed to be, right? Like you should, because you know that it's building you and you know, like you're growing. It's equipping you. That's the word I'm looking for. It's equipping you
that's good.
for the things that are to come, right? And man, you know, as you're enduring them and enduring them, as you're going through them, and it's hard. But now that we're here 17 years in, I'm like, oh, thank God that we were able to go through those hard things, that we were able to maintain this unity.
Yes.
While also being tied really tight with that third strand of, you know, of our cord. Like we have grown with each other. We've grown in our relationship with Christ individually and together. And so that is what has sustained us and allows us to go through things now and to be like, meh, that's fine. It's actually not even crazy. I'm like, yeah, whatever, you know. So I don't know. I'll just start from the bottom up. Gemma, we have 3 girls. Kendall, who's 17, she's about to turn 18. Veda is 11. She just turned 11. And then Gemma is 5. And so our youngest, who's 5, she has autism. And I don't say that to give her a label, right? Nobody's trying to label the kid. I'm telling you so you can get why I giggle the way I do and what I'm talking about and why sometimes I make the faces I do when I tell these stories, because 1, they're real. I'm not making anything up. This is real life. And 2, like, whoo. It means something to know that this is something that that we live with and something that we've learned how to parent, how to be there for her, how to teach her. One of the things that we discovered pretty early on is that just because she has autism doesn't mean that she gets a pass.
No,
right?
Absolutely. There's no.
That's that's one of the things in our house that we're like, absolutely not. You can be autistic, but you're still going to follow the expectations that we have, just the same as your other sisters. You know, like you don't get a pass. Oh, you're falling out. You're crashing out. That's cute. That's cool. But you're going to have to get up. Now, one thing I will say is I sound real cute, like we have it all figured out. But let me tell you, our walls upstairs look like it's like an art museum, isn't it? And I've told my friends, I said, I probably should care more. I really feel like
I tell people the same thing. I'm like, you don't expect to see some pristine. No, them walls have character.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, honestly, it's one of those like choose your battles kind of thing.
Yeah. And I don't know
if it's just, I'm not interested. Right. And I don't know if we've just, maybe I've reframed it like, oh, look, it's so cute. Look at her little artwork. How precious.
Look at my little Dolly, little Picasso.
Right.
No, she's drawing on the walls and she don't care about coloring it.
Right.
And it's crazy because
yes, I've wiped the shelves of all the coloring books.
All the coloring books. And
you think she'll color all the coloring books. Like she colors them.
And it's transitioned over into the TV, which is that's disrespectful.
Yeah, right.
You've gone too far.
You know, now that I'm talking about this more, we probably should do better. We gotta do better. Like I've just talked myself into like, actually, we shouldn't let her color on the walls, right? Like, because now when we go places, we're gonna be like, don't give her crayons. Actually, hide all your pens and pencils. She will color your walls, right? And we don't want to be those people.
Is that a permanent?
And we don't want to be those
put that
people.
Away.
Right. Okay, so that's great. Like this is the first thing we've learned in this therapy session.
Right, and now they can invoice us for that. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Great. Okay. Parenting tip number 1. It's okay to be wrong and to change your mind. See, we started this session with, you know what? She colors the walls and we don't care. And actually now we do care. And
Thank you.
We need help.
Everybody.
Help.
Help. Thank you.
But she's great. Oh my gosh, if you know Gemma, then you know Joy, and she has the energy of 4 2-year-olds at 5, and she is funny. She's a little comedian. We've been potty training her, so that is the source of one of my eye twitches, which is fine. You know, we just got it in our mind that yep, she has autism. So what? She's going to be potty trained. She's going to kindergarten this year. I don't want my baby going to kindergarten in a diaper.
Suit up.
So we were like, all right, come on.
Let's get this going.
Muscle up. All hands on deck. Right. Let's get this kid potty trained.
Rubbin's racing, Harry. I don't know why I just gave a Days of Thunder reference.
Well, you know.
But same principle. You got to get focused.
Right. So we were locked in. And so, we are like, me, you, and Kendall were like a 3-man pit crow.
Yes. Like, that's probably where I got it from.
Yeah, I know. You were like, why would I say that? That's why.
Because we are like a well-oiled.
Okay. So full disclosure, man, we are really like giving it all out here. Okay. Yes. So yes, I would say we're pretty good parents, right?
I would
like
say.
You would say, right? I'm not trying to rate myself. You're going to rate us.
We're slightly, we're like in the, Huxtable, Winslow. Yeah, we're kind of there. I
didn't know our scale was families or people, but I love that. That's great.
90s sitcoms, so
yeah, right. I was thinking number, like an 8.3 out of 10.
Yeah,
but I love that. No, sitcom, great.
6,
but listen, 7. We are, and I'm sure, like, if you're listening to this and you're a parent and you have potty trained a child, doesn't have to be yours. Okay, if you've potty trained a child, then you know that going number 1 on the potty, piece of cake, woo, victorious. Like we're feeling like, okay, we got this. It's that number 2. Yeah, okay. The number 2 is taking us out. And now I know in, a year down the road, hopefully not a whole year, maybe a month. Can I get 2 weeks? Like we will look back and it'll be just a distant memory. We'll be like, oh my gosh, remember when we were potty training Gemma and it was so hard and we finally did it. Well, we're not finally did it. Okay. No, we're in the space now of, okay, we're doing it. How do you get a child to do that?
We are not on the right track.
No. And I'm like, how do you get a child to like go on the toilet, like go number 2 on the toilet, right? And we're like, I don't know. It's like all of a sudden we have forgotten how to do that. And I don't know. Eventually she will, but for now she's not. And so when that girl goes, she goes, and I'm so proud of us.
Yes.
Like I'm so proud of us.
I love it. I am proud of us because we do not allow that to be a frustration or towards her, towards each other.
Right.
We are really intentional about saying like, oh, okay, this is the what so. Yeah. That's one of our big things we learned. And not putting that kind of angst on her. It's like, oh man, she should have got this. And why is this mess on here? Why didn't you think about this? And we don't go through those motions. It's literally like, oh, okay, this just happened. We need to get in gear to make sure that all the things are cleaned up. She's cleaned up. Yeah. It's cleaned up, and that it's okay. It's a part of the process. It's a part of the journey. And I appreciate that because I think it's helpful for us to realize that that's again a gift. You don't get that too many times.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you're out here in the world and you see certain things and you hear certain stories, it's like, man, you miss part of the process of the growth of what you're doing in life in general.
Right.
And I am one, I'll tell you, I admit it. Like I often have missed that just with like, just say work.
Yeah.
Cause I would always be like, oh, let me just get to the next milestone.
And you miss the going through.
And miss going through. Gemma literally has slowed me personally down for those moments.
Oh, I can testify to that.
Yeah. Where I'm like, oh, okay, we're going to get into this, get into her world, and be able to communicate, articulate, really just be present with her. That's what I want to say. Be present with her in that moment and be okay with where she is at and knowing like, oh, she's going to get there wherever it is that she's going to get to. And we don't have to rush those things.
Hopefully success on the body.
Hopefully success on the body.
That's the destination,
That is the destination.
But you're right. And it definitely is the going through. And the reason it's so special to us is because of how hard her life has looked. And now let me say, and I've said this before, and I especially told it to Kendall, who's our 18-year-old or 17-year-old. Oh my gosh, I'm speeding her up. That, because Kendall had went through this really hard time where she just said, oh my gosh, Mom, I just feel so sad for Gemma because her life is so hard. And I was like, her life ain't hard. Mm-mm. Like I said, don't you dare feel sorry for her.
Yeah.
Like not for a moment. Gemma's life is not hard. It's hard for me. It's hard for you. It's hard for her dad. It's hard for us to watch her and to teach her. But look at her.
She living her best life.
She is living her best life. She got a room full of pink, all her favorite toys, an iPad, and people who absolutely adore her. There is nothing to sorry for what? I was like, feel sorry for me if you want. Right? You want to feel sorry for somebody.
He said, help me.
Pity me a little bit. I'm just saying, but no. So, so we're dealing with that. And right on the outside, people will see and they're like, wow, you guys have this beautiful family. And on the inside, it's like, oh yeah, our family is beautiful and we love each other, but we have worked really hard and been so intentional through prayer, through reading the word, through talking, through a lot of tears, a lot of hard conversations, a lot of uncomfortable conversations. Like that's been the going through for us throughout all of the hard things we've been through over the last 17 years. And so, yes, the last 2 weeks, we've just really like honed in on, okay, let's get this kid potty trained, while also Veda was turning 11. And so we were having a big birthday party for her and figuring out how to celebrate her. And also, she's going through a lot of like friend things, Veda's like, she's our introvert probably of the whole family.
She's more me.
She's more like you.
She is very much.
Like I said to her today, I was like, Ken, let's call Veda and see if she wants to go to lunch with us. She's like, Mom, she's not going to. She doesn't want to. But see, here's the thing for me is like, I just always ask just in case. And she's like, yeah, nah, but can you bring me something back?
Right? She is like,
that's her, right?
Yeah.
And occasionally she will go out to lunch with us, but she's like, we better not be going shopping after that.
That's why she is my child. I was just explaining that to somebody. We were talking about shopping because I had to do some stuff at work, and I was like, and I had to shop. I had to pick stuff. I had to pick stuff out, and that is not. I said, you put me in a Marshalls for 20 minutes tops.
You go to Marshalls. You go to one section. Right. You're not looking for shoes and shirts. You're looking for a shoe or shirt.
Yes.
That's it.
Or. And once I find it's like, I am on a mission. I am like Liam Neeson. Like I got one sole mission. And once I complete that mission, send me home. Like,
and me and Kendall are in every section, every row, in between, front and back, clearance all of that.
Right.
We make a day of it. You ain't going to outshop me, I'll tell you that.
It's like a competition, Olympic sport or something. I'm like, what is
Who's going to go down first? Who's not going to be me? Right. So, so that's what we've had going on with Veda and just getting her ready for her 5th grade year and, helping her navigate those friendships. I was just telling her today that like, if somebody is not nice to you, if somebody's not saying kind things to you, then they're not your friend and they don't get access to you.
Yeah, creating the right boundaries.
Yeah, they do not get access to you. So I went through this whole training I called it training, that was dramatic, but I went through this whole like exercise with her and her friend.
Training her.
Yeah, training her, right? And I'm like, all right, if somebody says something, hang up. What do we do? We hang up. Right. And by the end of it, I was just asking him, hang up. We hang up. And if somebody texts, she's blocked. And if somebody's on the hang up, so by the end they were giggling, but they got it. No, we were hanging up and we're blocking people. And I need you to know that. Like, no, people don't get access to you automatically just because.
I love that you did that with her. And we laughing at it. Yeah. However, it is important that she does start having the understanding of how to build the right and appropriate boundaries, right? Because we're still in a place in a world of society where that can get very hyper focused on,
right?
As like, because I have access to so many things with the internet, with social media, now with AI, then you can start losing a sense of who you are.
Yep.
Because you feel like, that's the way I need to be connected. And I know, obviously we're living in an era where we personally don't feel like, we have to take away all electronics. We feel like we want to build right limits and boundaries around them because she is, and like all our children, they're going to utilize them.
Right.
But also to know how important it is to pick, choose wisely, be mindful. Like this is wisdom.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like this is that Proverbs type of wisdom because it talks about like, there's these kind of friends, right? That are on the foolish side.
Right.
And then there's other kind of friends that, man, when you have those friends, they're so valuable because they're deeper than friends and they're going to be with you. And that's something we had to learn within and ourselves. Like we were, there are folks that we probably should have blocked and unfollowed and then hung up. And quite honestly, we didn't.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And so that's why I think we give her grace as we're teaching her and as she's growing is because surely we can understand where she's at. Surely we've done the same thing. Like, let's not forget that we too were that age, growing up, even into adulthood, trying to find where we fit in, trying to, figure out who we are. Like, Veda's an introvert. She is not going to go out and want to be around a bunch of people and have a bunch of friends, yet she still craves connection.
Because she is big on, which was one of my big love languages, quality time.
Oh yes, that's her love
and
language.
Being an introvert. So when she makes a connection, it is a very sincere and authentic connection, which that is who I am as well. And I see that.
I know. I know.
She said that's why 17 years ago.
Okay. I seen it. That's why I looked past you calling your mom on our first date.
I appreciate that. Oh, I am not going to live that down for about 2.
And you see how I wasn't going to bring it up, but you did anyway.
I did, because I knew it wasn't. Well, I know now, not that it wasn't right or wrong. I just, at that moment, that was, again, for me, that was like the thing to do. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to call my mom. And
I mean, I know
I was super excited.
Yeah.
About us hanging out. Yeah,
I know we laugh about it because, yes, if you have zero context, it sounds hysterical. Like, bro, what? But how I saw it then was he must really like me a lot to call probably the most special person in his life at that time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like, my mom was my world.
Yeah.
Especially in that moment, at that time, what I was going through. Yeah, mom was there and through and through. And so immediately, I was thinking, like, in my head, I met the woman of my dreams, the woman that I really just like admire and appreciate and just are excited to like hang out with. And who do I call to share this moment? Oh, I'm gonna call my mom. And
somebody you knew who would be really happy.
And who would be really who would be really happy for me.
And so yes, that is how I see it. But it's funnier to be like, girl, first date, called his mom. Sure did, right?
As the young folks, do they still say Riz?
My gosh, cut that, edit that out. We're going to edit that out. We're not saying that. Okay. No, we're not bringing any of those words. Hang it up.
I don't really like using those words.
Cross that out. Cross that off your vocabulary list and never say it again. Okay.
I won't mention it anymore.
And so, so parenting, and that's just 2, right? We got 3 kids, man. You got a lot of kids.
I do.
You got a lot of kids, man. No, we have 3. And so Kendall, who is 17, God, she was just saying today, she was like, Mom, I feel like I am in this transition from childhood into adulthood. Aww. Right? As she went today on her first job interview. And she was like, it's making me so emotional. She was like, Dad sent me, this beautiful audio message and it made me cry. And she was like, I just am I'm feeling very emotional. And it's really beautiful because she is so present to the fact that she is 17, to the fact that, I'm going to be going into adulthood. She just said to me, it's been a couple months ago. She was like, Mom, my childhood is ending. And she was like, and it was a really good one.
Oh.
And I right. And who do you think, I'm going to cry now saying it, but like, who do you think sobbed when she said that?
Yeah.
Like, it was, and so that is her memory. And that's her story. Yes. It's not something like, that's her story. Is that a really good childhood?
I love
that. And I have a really great relationship with my mom and my dad. I'm just kidding. My dad's really great. And like, she just is so loved by her parents and she gets to go into the next phase of her life. And so, yes, that means her first job interview today. And
that was super cool.
God, it was cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was, and it was wild. I had the thought to, we didn't have an opportunity because I know we were talking about preparing for the interview, but just how, schedules aligned, we weren't able to sit down and do it. And then this morning, really, I promise you, it was the Holy Spirit was like, you got to send something. Like I was like, okay, what do I do? How do I do this? Like I knew I might not have all the time to really have a conversation.
Yeah.
And I didn't want it to be rushed either.
Right. Yeah.
And also was thinking of like kind of where we're at with her as far as parenting and everything. We're more in a we're leaning more towards the coaching phase.
Sure.
Of
I think we're pretty much there. Yeah.
Right.
I know we do parent her sometimes,
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
She get a little funny acting, start talking outside of the lip.
Yeah, right.
Parent. But yes, we're more.
But I knew this was one of those, hey, Dad, you need a coach.
Yeah.
Coach her up.
Yeah.
And also be able to speak, life into her.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, let me get on a voice memo and say those things that I wanted to say to her, just about who she is, who I see in her, just, with her leadership, how much she cares about people, all those things.
Yeah.
And then, it was, I was blessed just being able to do it.
Yeah.
And then give her some of the tips that others have shared with me over the years. And just giving her a little snippet of what that looks like as she goes into this world of doing interviews and establishing careers and making new connections and relationships.
Yeah.
And so, it was just a beautiful moment for me just to sit back and think, man, how blessed is it that we get these opportunities to pour into her like that,
but that she's open to receive
and she's
it.
Open and to receive
because sometimes you try and give things.
It could
here
turn
is
the
this,
love,
I'm pouring into
way.
you, like receive it as a gift, but the relationship hasn't been established. And so the fact that you and her have that kind of relationship is really the gift and really the blessing. And that not only are you thinking about ways to pour into her and realizing the stage that you guys are in as far as like Coach Dad into her, going into young adult life, but that she trusts you.
Yeah.
And she trusts you because she knows what your source is.
Yeah.
Because she sees it. She hears you praying. She sees you in the word. She always makes her jokes about, she was like, Dad, every time we talk about something, 10 times out of 10, he gonna bring in the scripture. Well, you know what it says. And she's like, Dad, what are we even talking about? Like, I just asked you if we could have orange juice with the bread. And so we joke about it because
do you know about the fruits of the Spirit?
Right. He's like, speaking of orange juice, I'll tell you about the fruits of the Spirit. What? Right.
You need to be treating your sister like that.
Yeah, exactly. But you are that dad. And yes, all jokes included. I'm not even gonna put them all jokes included, like you are such a beautiful example of what it looks like to have a dad that you can trust because you know where his help come from. You know she knows what source you're plugged into, and that she can trust. That she's like, no, I know my dad's gonna stand 10 toes down on who his source is and on how much he loves me. Like she knows that we love her and that we only want the best for her, and so and she trusts that.
Yes.
Which is a beautiful thing. So first interview for her, she just finished her driving school. So now we're doing drive time, which is hysterical. So we're like in the road. We're in the road. We're not in the road. I promise we were not in the road. Gosh, we were on the road and she's driving and I'm like watching her drive, right? And I'm trying to like, okay, be cool. Like, don't look like you're stressed out, right? Because if I'm stressed out, she's probably going to be stressed out. So I ain't grab on to nothing. I'm like playing a little block blast on my phone, trying to be cool, right? Like, okay, I'm chill. How can I look very comfortable so she thinks, man, I must be doing a great job? Because my mom looks real
Did this interrupt your passenger princess?
Honestly, it did. I would rather drive. I'm more of a passenger princess driving than I am sitting in the passenger seat of that. But anyway, so she's doing great though. Like, I mean, all jokes aside, she really does do great. She, pays attention. She's on the road. But I looked down and I said, Precious, you check your speed because you're doing about 10 miles over the speed limit. She goes, oh, I know you're allowed to do that. Huh?
Not allowed.
I said, oh.
So it's actually...
Right. So now I'm laughing, right? And she's like, I don't know what's funny. Like, Mom, you're legally, right now she's bringing in the law. Like she done read this somewhere. You are legally allowed to do 10 over the speed limit. And I said, Precious, I'm pretty sure you can do about 5 before people start looking at you funny. And by the people, I mean the popo. You might want to cap it at 5. Right. Okay. And now, I don't know. This might not even be the right thing to say. Maybe it's not 5. I don't know what it is, but I said that, right? And she's like, well, every time I'm in the car with you, that's what you always do. You're at least over 10 over. I said, so now I'm silenced. Okay. Because what?
now you the target.
Now I've slipped on me. How did I get here? Am I driving or you driving? Are we talking about me? We're talking about you. My goodness. My point is, kids, they really pay attention.
They be paying attention.
She looks like she's on that phone.
You know who she wouldn't have said that about?
I know. She wouldn't have. She would have said, your dad said legally you can do 10 under. No, you can't. Then we get into an argument about that. She was like, well, now I can't, because I said, Ken, now you 5 under the speed limit. But which is it, Ma? I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. She went between me and you, because you do about 5 under. I do about. She said that's why you got all them tickets now. She done told her driving instructor.
She told the driver.
And how that came up in conversation is beyond me. Why would you tell her that? Why would you be in the car with the driving instructor and be like, yeah? How did that come up in conversation? At what point did you think?
Was that before?
Let me tell my mom's business.
Was that before or after 10 and 2?
All right, before. It was right after she told her my full name and where I work. I said, Kendall, y'all couldn't talk about nothing else? Right, so here we are, right? Anyway, I just said, okay. But other than that, now that she knows what the actual law is, she didn't really know what the actual law is because I don't really know what the law is. But what I told her is probably don't want to do more than 5.
So
is that right?
I shared with her the fact that, when she does start driving more consistently. Well, 2 things. One was about defensive driving.
Oh, yes. What is that?
So defensive driving is where I don't even remember one principle.
But like you about to give a whole class.
I know.
Like, yes.
I'm about to bring it on there. No, it was the one thing I remember at least was about driving. And when you're driving, you look ahead of you, maybe about a mile or so out, and just start identifying what you see. Like, is somebody turning? Is somebody walking the other way? Just so you're aware and present of your surroundings. Because
more than just the car in front of you.
Just more than
or
the car. Yes,
right.
Exactly. And so I shared a little bit of that with her because it's important to know what your surroundings are. And I expressed to her, like, you don't know who's out here on the road and what they're thinking, what their state of mind is, and all these things. So it's just important to know that.
That's true.
Then the other thing that I shared with her that I know you will not agree with is that, and probably other people listening, there is no fast lane when you're on the highway. It's a myth.
Who said that?
It's a lie.
There is a fast lane.
There is no fast
lane
lane
that you're not in. You know why you say that? Because you've never been in it. That's why. You say that.
I used to live there.
No, it's not
a real
now.
thing. It's not a real thing.
I bet you. Which lane is? Which lane's a slow lane?
There is no slow lane.
Yeah, there is, because you're always in it. Yes, there is.
There is only lanes.
There is
no. Somebody's probably thinking, Peter's probably in the slow lane.
Exactly.
No, there are only lanes. It's a myth. It's not real. Then
why? I bet every single person who's listening to this right now, if I said which lane is the fast lane, everybody would say
the left lane.
Yes.
No, it's not the fast lane.
And the slow lane is
when you're driving.
In the right lane.
When you're driving,
fast lane's the lane I'm in. Slow lane's the lane.
When you're driving on 95 and it says 65, that's for all lanes.
It's suggestive. I might be explaining why I have gotten so many tickets. Boy, hold on. Yeah, all right. Now I'm going to Google it.
Google it.
Somebody said, you know what? We should make the left lane the fast lane. And then they told 2 or 3 people, and then they just told everybody. Right, and everybody was like, great idea.
And now everybody out there just wrong.
In the fast lane. Well, what about now they have those HOV lanes.
I don't know nothing about the HOV lanes.
I bet they got their own speed limit. I see them cars whipping. I'm like,
just make it up. Whatever you want to do.
Whatever.
What are you feeling today?
Right. You feeling 75? Let's do 75. Everybody agree. Let's just do it.
Let's go.
Oh my goodness. That's hysterical. So yes, we have been doing all the parenting, all the things, and on a more sensitive note, like you had something really traumatic happen at work, and that was you guys lost somebody at work, and it was sudden, it was traumatic. You were one of the first responders, so many people, rallied, but so many people witnessed it, and so many people were, there taking part of it, and so that was really hard for you.
It was.
I feel like I was saying to you last week, like I can't remember a time where I've ever seen you be that broken, like just undone completely. I don't say broken, but you were like broken down. Like
I was broken. It was sad. It was, it was just a sad event. Definitely unfortunate.
Yeah.
And on the, how do I say it? I want to say it like the way that in the midst of all of that sadness, God showed up in an amazing way at the same time. And I was just in awe of the way that he was taking care of everybody, even in the midst of such a sad event.
Yeah.
And being able to know that for myself, how important it was to take the time to really process all of these emotions. Because, when you're getting into certain situations, you just immediately respond and you're in go.
Sure.
And for me personally, I'm one who would internalize a lot of things anyways, because I'm an introvert, and I would, be quiet about it or not say too much or kind of isolate. I'm not the type that would be like, oh, go off on a tangent and, be super expressive about my emotions after the fact.
Yeah.
But in this thing, one of the things I realized was like, man, this is really hard, and I need to like get this out. I need to release this and say that it's sad, it's hard. I'm still processing it. And one of the things that I appreciated about when we talk about going through hard things is how much you cared for me when I was completely undone. And full transparency, it was like, I cried like I've probably never cried before. I know in front of you, in a way that I just couldn't hold it. I was lamenting over all the things, and there was no words. It was just a full on, like, just so much going on, and you replay and you're thinking and you're considering all the people involved. It was just so much sadness, so much care, and grief. And I was just like, man, I have to let all of this out, because I don't want to hold all of that. I'm not supposed to hold all of that. And so that I too, like anybody else, can start the healing process.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was, and it's still some stuff there.
Yeah. And especially because you still are going back to work, you're still around the same people that you experienced it with.
Yeah.
And so I really love how you guys were able to like slow down. Like your work, it's fast paced, it's all these things, people got all these things to do, but you guys just slowed down, you leaned in, you cared for each other, you prayed for people, you prayed with people.
That's why when I say about how God showed up, it was just so much of that going on.
Which they would never have asked you to do that before. Like, it's not like, or have you been like around them where they've been like, hey, can you pray with us?
No, I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, one thing I do have in my office is my prayer box.
Your prayer box,
but nothing open like that. But and I might have shared it with you. I wasn't the one that did the praying.
Wow.
Yeah, it was other people who were telling me. Like, I was praying privately.
Sure.
But other people were telling me that they had a prayer in their collective groups.
Wow.
Right. And that's what amazed me.
Yeah, because you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't have. Yeah. But then they shared that with me.
Work.
Yeah. And they were like, yeah, we got together and we prayed. Wow. And I was in the room one time when somebody else was praying.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, thank you, God. Like,
that's
really.
So beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Especially because being in like a corporate setting, sometimes it's hard to bring a prayer life, to allow God's presence to freely flow in a place like that.
Right.
Like most people, if they do pray, or if they're kind of just doing it on their own, like you have a prayer box in your office. And so people obviously know where you stand, and they respect you, and they love you and feel safe enough to come to you for therapy on a daily. But for you, I didn't realize that. I misunderstood you before, but to realize that, you were able to see God is moving, and he's there, and he's comforting, and he's covering that place and the people in it. And so, I hope you got a lot of comfort from that.
I did. That was one of the ways that I got comfort. And other ways was just when things were coming up and being able to, again, pour out to other people.
Yeah.
And really, one of and I appreciate him sharing this. He works with me. he is a believer too. And this was beforehand. This is like maybe a month or so ago.
Mm-hmm.
He said one of his prayers is to, before he goes into really hard situations, is to ask God's wisdom. Right? And I knew this, but there was a scripture that he gave, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was like, we can ask God for wisdom, and he will grant it to us if we're pleading in that context.
Yeah.
And so that was something that was very important to me, and like to really ask for wisdom as we were approaching, getting on the other side of everything. Like, where should I be available? What should I, when do I step in? How do I support? How do I be present? All of these things, because even my role as a leader there, it's very important to be that. And so that was at the top of my mind. And then God was continuously reminding me of that and showing me that through it all, that his wisdom was just reigning through the whole thing, and still continuing to do that. So yeah, I'm in awe of going back to before, his grace being enough and sufficient for what the moment requires, because there's always hard moments. And it was wild. I was looking at it when I said it earlier about when we were talking about just the things that we've gone through and persevering. And it was Romans 5. That's the scripture that I was referencing earlier, and I found it. It says Romans 5, 2 through 4. I'll go there. We have also obtained access through him by faith into this grace in which we stand. And we boast in the hope of the glory of God.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but we also boast in our afflictions, because we know that affliction produces endurance. Endurance produces proven character, and proven character produces hope. So I'm like, man, that's what we've been living in for 17 years of just God replicating this thing within our afflictions, these trials, or what we've gone through, and producing something in us that we could not produce on our own at all. And it's so beautiful to see it now carrying over to our girls, carrying over to others that we are connected with. That's what I'm really grateful for, that God is continuously showing up in that way through the trials that we've had, so that we can have a beautiful story to share.
Yeah, as you were saying that, like God showing up, I was realizing that God is always there. What I'm grateful for is that we see him there. We are aware of his presence, because God's always there.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes we forget that, right? But because we have so many times over and over again looked for God, and you'll find him.
Yeah.
It's when you're forgetting that he's always there. You just have to look for him and you'll find him. Right? And that has been one of the things that we have grabbed onto and held onto is like the truth and the promise that God is always there. You just gotta look for him.
Yeah.
And so, 17 years. I'm so glad.
Me too.
That I'm so glad that you asked me on that date. I'm even glad that you called your mom. This has been a great conversation. Thank you if you've listened to all of this. I hope you've laughed with us. I hope that you have enjoyed your time with us and that you continue to walk with us. And so until next time, we love you all. And I know you're probably thinking, you don't even know me. And I promise you, once we meet, I will love you. I love everybody. I just love people so much. And so thank you for listening. Tune in for episode 4. See ya.